Whispers of Night, Chapter 32, The Frozen Throne Awakens. The crown gate opened like a waking eye beneath the ice. A deep, resonant crack spread across the frozen sea, splitting it in long jagged lines that vanished into the horizon. The ice didn't just break, it unmade itself, dissolving into drifting shards of pale light. Beneath it, the structure revealed itself fully. Not just a gate. A throne. A colossal circular construct of black stone and silver crystal, suspended above an abyss that had no bottom. Chains larger than ships hung broken from its edges, frozen mid-shatter as if time itself had been interrupted. And at its center, something moved. The frozen worshippers beneath the ice began to rise. Not breaking free. Being pulled upward. Dozens became hundreds as they floated through the fractured ice like drowned ghosts. Their silver-lit eyes were wide open, their mouths moving in silent prayer. Then, as one, they turned toward Lira. The last flame. The voice was no longer distant. It came from everywhere at once. The sky. The ice. The throne. Her own thoughts. Lira staggered back as the mark on her arm ignited painfully bright. Kale grabbed her immediately. "We're leaving. Now." But Valin was already staring at the throne, frozen in disbelief. "This isn't just a gate." His voice shook. "It's a command structure." The frozen sea beneath them groaned. The crown gate responded. And then, it opened further. A vast circular section of the ice lifted upward like a lid being removed from the world. Beneath it lay a void filled with swirling silver-black storms, moving like living memory. And within that storm, an eye opened. Not as small as the veiled king's. Not as vast as the outer presence. Something in between. Focused. Intent. Recognizing. Kale drew his blade instantly. Blue fire erupted along its edge. "This is worse than the first gate." Valin tightened his grip on his spear. "It's not a breach. It's a signal." Lira stared into the void beneath the crown gate. And the moment she did, everything stopped. The frozen worshippers stopped moving. The wind died. Even Kale's breathing seemed distant. The eye beneath the throne focused entirely on her, and spoke directly into her mind. Not as hunger. Not as rage. But as recognition. Aurelia. Lyra's breath caught. The name hit differently here. Heavier. Older. Like it had been carved into the foundation of reality itself. Visions shattered through her mind instantly. Not of Velmora. Not of the First Kingdom. But of something older. A vast civilization built across frozen worlds beneath a dying sky. Thrones like stars suspended in darkness. Beings who wore crowns of ice and commanded entire systems of gates. And at the center of it all, a younger veiled king. Kneeling. Not before a god. Before her. Lira gasped, collapsing to one knee. Kale caught her just before she fell completely. "What is it now?" Her voice shook violently. "This isn't the First Kingdom." Valin stepped closer, horrified. "What do you mean?" Lira looked up at the crown gate trembling above them. "This is what came before it." The ice cracked violently again. The voice deep beneath the throne returned, colder now. More certain. The cycle continues. The frozen worshippers lifted their arms in unison. And the crown gate began to descend.